Couple of days on from that victory over Swansea. You still on cloud nine after that?
Yeah, I think someone said to me the other day, people talk about that never get too high, never get too low sort of stuff, but football gives you highs and lows, so I don't think there's anything wrong with getting high. Just as long as then you get level again the next day or two, then that's fine. So yeah, I was like there because we've all got to enjoy the wins, and then now it's business as usual.
The set piece that won it, it's something that Borough haven't had a great deal of success with in recent years, set pieces. Is that something when you came in, you kind of identified as something that you wanted to implement, better set piece routines and things?
We're certainly aware of it and we have a real focus on it. The guys before would have as well, and sometimes it just doesn't quite go your way, so they would have put a lot of work in before, I know that. But we've had some success in pre-season, obviously from the first game from it, which is great because you get buy-in and belief as well from the players, which helps.
The scenes at the end were fantastic to see, not just yourself but Abdullah Kante as well. He was getting involved. Early days clearly, but can you feel that connection building with the fans and the supporters?
We're certainly working on that, and it is a big focus of mine. I know what football in this area means to people, and obviously what this club, I'm beginning to learn more about what this club means to the supporters as well, and so it is really important to me that we have everyone, we're all in this together. Keep saying that, keep using that, because if we want to try and be successful and we want to try and achieve something, then we all need to be singing off the same hymn sheet and backing each other and believing each other, and that is really important. Yeah, it is one game, so we're not getting carried away with anything, but I think we've made some good strides.
Like you say, one game, not getting carried away, but clearly as well, you've made it fairly clear that you want to strengthen. Any progress on that front in terms of incomings?
I think we're a little bit thin on the ground in one or two areas. I'm delighted with what we've got in the building, but like everyone, we're always looking to try and to maximise the window and be as strong as possible going into the rest of the season. And the guys, I keep saying, I'm sorry at the moment, that everyone's working really hard. There's not anything more progress that I can say now, but we're really hopeful. In the next week or two that we'll have. More bodies coming in to help what we've got here, which, as I say, I've got to underline that. Really, really pleased with the lads and what they're giving us right now as well.
And in terms of outgoings, there's a bit of speculation around overnight linking Tom Glover with a move away. Any truth in that? That
was news to me this morning. I was made aware of some of those rumours, and it's news to me.
And in terms of the squad at the weekend, Rav Vandenberg wasn't involved. He's clearly been linked with a move elsewhere. Any movement on that?
No, I think that one's ongoing still. So no more to give on it. But if there is any updates, obviously we can make you aware of that.
In terms of the squad from Swansea at the weekend, has everyone come out of the game all right?
Yeah, that was great. that was a big plus for us as well, because the lads expended a lot of energy. It was a physical game. I was really, really pleased of especially our high intensity work and our sprints. We were really high. We were really high, looking at all the other championship games and the other teams and everything as well. So I was delighted with that side. So the lads put a right shift in, but everyone came through unscathed, which is really good.
And in terms of players that missed that opening game, is there any progress on that front? Anyone likely to be involved against Doncaster?
Not for tomorrow, but. Finn and George both did the first couple of elements of some of the training today, so they're making good progress.
Another first for you, of course, on Tuesday night, first cup match as Borough manager. Are you the type of manager that really values a cup run and what that can bring to a club?
Yeah, and especially this cup. We've got big history in this cup, this competition, so I know what this will mean to the supporters. And we want to value every competition. We really do. I mean that. So we want to build momentum at the moment. That was the final message to the players as we walked off the grass today. We want to build momentum here. We want to win every game that we go into, and that's this competition tomorrow is no different at all.
You mentioned there a brilliant, really proud history in cups at Middlesbrough. Even recently, a couple of years ago, beating Chelsea in the semi-finals. What would it mean to you to be able to create those kind of memories as Middlesbrough manager?
Yeah, one small step at a time, But of course, we want to try and create memories here. But we're one league game in, and obviously first round tomorrow, this one. So we'll take it one baby step at a time.
In terms of the opposition, Doncaster Rovers promoted to League One last season, and have started really well this year as well. What kind of tests are you expecting from them?
Yeah, Grant's done a really good job, as he always does. every game provides different challenges, and what we've seen of them so far have been a really aggressive pressing team, man for man at times, and looking to play forward early, get the ball wide, get really good numbers in the box, and they've attacked well. They could, and looking at what they did last year, they made a lot of changes at this stage last year, and they still beat Hull. So there could be a lot of changes from their side, but we'll see and we'll judge that. It's about what we do, so we've gone through them and looked at them in real detail as we do with every team. But we've got to make sure we prepare properly. We expect a really tough game.
And you mentioned they could potentially make changes. What about yourself? Clearly at a stage of the season where you're still getting players up to fitness, can Borough fans expect to see changes from yourself?
There will be a few, yeah. There won't be wholesale changes, but there will be some.
And just finally, a cup match, night match, your first night match at the Riverside. How much are you relishing that?
Yeah, really looking forward to that. Another experience, one to tick off. And I like the night games. If we do our bit, hopefully it'll be a really good atmosphere as well.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Hi Rob, it's Daz from the Reds. We talked the other day about your relationship with the fans and with the club, and you're obviously working really hard, like you've said. Was there one thing that you can take away from Saturday's performance and the result in terms of that relationship with the fans that felt really good?
It did feel good. It felt really genuine. I felt that there was I know these supporters. I've spoken to a lot of the supporters and supporter groups as well, and they've all said they know how much they're going to back the lads. You know, and they realise how important that is. So we know we're going to get that unconditionally from the supporters. It's important that they see from us a desire and passion and fight as well, and hopefully some quality along the way. And we want to keep working on those bits. But I thought we made a really good start. Both sides. I thought the fans were amazing. It didn't seem to drop at all throughout the afternoon.
And I know it is early days, but one of the key things that we found, a lot of fans who contacted us and on our socials were saying, was around positivity. And I know that's been a real big thing of yours, bringing positivity to the club and trying to bring something that the fans can shout about.
Yeah, I want to be a positive person. I'd like to think I am, and like everyone, we always, you feel it. If it doesn't go your way, you can feel that as well. But I want us to focus on what we can do, what the players can do, what the supporters can do, what we can all try and achieve and what we can do, rather than what we can't, or focusing on the negatives. People do like to focus on, that wasn't great, or this, that and the other. Let's focus on, the positive things and what we can achieve and what we can do. And it did feel like a really good, it felt like a good vibe out there. It did before the game, during and after as well, was really, really special.
Obviously, you were pleased with the team performance. What about your debutants? Because they had a great start.
Yeah, they did. Obviously, Alfie and Callum starting. It was great. They haven't had as many minutes as some of the others throughout their pre-season because of their pre-season's been slightly changed with the move. I thought they did great, and then Alpha came on, and I thought he was excellent in a new environment. There's obviously new language at the moment, new league and everything, but I thought he showed real good composure. I thought really good understanding, but also a lovely aggression that he has, and that's just natural for him. So we can all see what he's going to bring to us straight away. So the three new boys, delighted with their contribution.
And what about you? How did you feel at the end of play Saturday? It must have been a huge relief getting the first win.
Yeah. It was. I was nervous before the game. I think that's fine. I tell myself that's because I care and we're passionate and we want to do well. So I felt it beforehand. But yeah, the emotions at the end were amazing. The feeling at the end was great, and we just want to experience more and more of that now. And like I said, it's important that we can show that emotion. We can all enjoy it. I want the fans to be able to enjoy the wins as well. But then we get really high, and then it's back to, like I said, it's back to work and back to business. But I really enjoyed the day.
And 3 games in a week. It comes thick and fast now. How the squad coping? I know you mentioned there's not everyone's coming through with no injuries, but with what you've got at the moment and what you hopefully going to get through the door, you're set for the start.
This week, we're fine. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. Everyone came through unscathed, and we will be able to shuffle the pack a little bit. we've still got a really, really strong team that we're putting out, which is great, and real strength then to be able to come on and affect the game as well. So no, we're in good shape for tomorrow.
All right, good.
Thank you.
Rav, just one more on Rav, Rob. Is he available tomorrow?
No, he won't be tomorrow. No.
Do you expect that to change in the next couple of weeks, or will it before the window, or will you just?
Well, this situation is ongoing. Like I say, I think it's so I think we'll have to see. Is my answer. I haven't got a crystal ball. Don't know how long the situation will go on for. So at the moment, whilst we're in this at the moment, that's the situation.
Speaking of fans since Saturday, I think the one thing that they were really impressed by was the way you managed the game after the goal. I know this might sound a really simple question, but how do you work on game management? What do you do to improve that?
Well, we obviously we had an example at Bradford where we didn't manage things well, so we have some conversations and show one or two bits around that. But that happens in pre-season, so that's good. It's good learning for all of us. And then talk about it. But I was really pleased with that. We all were actually as well. We took the sting out of the game. We managed the ball. We managed the game with and without the ball very well. So out of possession we were excellent, really, really good. Didn't open ourselves up really at all. There was one sort of turnover when Morgan was almost through 1v1. We just missed out on that, and then they had quite a quick one, and a cross came in, but we got bodies back and we were good. Sol was really solid in a couple of moments, but not from saves. Good catches. Bill made a great header from a cross, but I thought we defended really well. We valued the basic stuff. We valued that. Which you have to do. It's not all with the ball. It's not all sexy and pretty football all the time. So that was great. And then when we did have the ball, we took the sting out of it well. But then we just want a little bit more to, once we've kept it, we need an end product. Or I don't want it to fizzle out then. So I think there's a few little bits that we can improve with. But you're right. The game management was really, really good, and we can we got something there to lean on. And experience to use. Is
it a mindset thing as well? Because for all you talked about there, you can lose your heads, can't you? In moments of pressure, players, anyone in anything can lose their heads. So do you need to stay calm? There's a maturity element to it as well.
Yeah, I think it's stick to the plan, follow the plan, and when the lads do that really well, then you've got a good base to fall back on. You've got something to fall back on, and stick to what we do and what we work on in training. I think that's what the players did really, really well. So we didn't have to adjust anything too much during the game. Made the change at the right times, we felt as well, and I think they had a good impact in the game as well. So that was a real plus. So yeah, overall as a group we managed that one well.
Just ask you about Mika Hamilton. He wasn't involved on Saturday. What's his position?
Just selection. Obviously it's hard. Sometimes you've got to leave one or two people out. We've had really good chats, he and I, over the last few days, and we both want to work together really well together to help him as much as possible, so he can show what he's about. So now all good. It's just sometimes you got to make selections.
He had a challenging first year, and obviously he went out on loan at the second half of last season. Would a loan be a possibility again this season? It's
not something we've spoken about at the moment, because we feel that we can hopefully help internally here and with his training and everything first. So let's see how that goes. That's not something that he and I have spoken about as yet.
And is it worth remembering with him just how young he is and how inexperienced he is? He hadn't been on he hadn't played any senior football, or very little before he.
Yeah, he's a young player, and young players can take time, and they've got to learn, and they've got to learn then what we want as well, and what our standards and our levels are as well. So he's pretty clear on that now, and he's working extremely hard.
Brilliant, thank you.
Just picking up on that, Rob. Obviously, I mean, he come from Man City. And he was a decent prospect there, played in the Champions League for Man City. So clearly there must be a player there that you're hoping to kind of polish and.
Certainly, lots of talent there. There's no doubt about it. There's obviously more to the game than just having talent. So, and that's what at the moment now we're going to work really hard together. He and us as a team of staff, everybody, to make sure that we can bring out the best in him, and he can bring out the best in himself as well.
Do you enjoy that side in coaching? Obviously, you've got to prepare for games that come, and they're the important thing. But in terms of player development and helping individuals get better, do you enjoy that side?
Yeah, but it's not a quick fix either. So that can require patience, and it takes some time. But AD, Harry and myself have all come through. We've all worked in youth football and development football as well at stages in our coaching careers. So it's something that we're used to doing. But we always say that we'll give players our time, and that's what we'll do.
Yeah. And just one more, Rob, I appreciate obviously you've had a couple and you spoke a bit about how it's ongoing and you don't know how long that'll go on for. Is there any talk of perhaps like deadlines or anything like that for the club, because presumably that will kind of impact potentially wanting to replace and things like that if he were to go. Is there any kind of thought of deadlines on that?
Not as far as I'm aware, but like everyone in this situation, we obviously would like things resolved as quickly as possible, because then we just all know where we stand. But no one's mentioned any kind of deadline or anything like that, no.
Cheers,
Obviously from Saturday, great start and everything. How do you do the balancing act between wanting to the continuity and the momentum with the same group of players, and introducing other players that didn't get a chance?
I think the way we train, the way we work, we try and live what we do every day anyway. So you'd like to think the lads that maybe didn't start on the weekend are understanding what we're trying to do anyway. It's obviously you're not always just working with the 10 outfield players or that group of 11 anyway. So the way we work, the way we live, everyone's getting the same messages. And the ones that will drop in for tomorrow will, they've had the same match prep that we would do normally, and you want them then to be able to try and implement that and get in the team. I said that before we named the team on Friday, before Saturday's game. It was like, I know there'll be some disappointment, but just get in the team, show me and get in the team. So it's an opportunity for a few people tomorrow.
And it was an opportunity that was seized on by some players through pre-season. I suppose, thinking of Silva, somebody like that, who there is that. You can see through him that there's that example, isn't it, that you can get.
Of course you can, and the team that starts the season is never the team that finishes it. There's always lots of change. So I know everyone will be looking at that first one and thinking, you want to be in the lineup, I get it, but there's always going to be loads of changes, and we need a squad. Everyone accepts, I think now, this day and age with football, the games becoming so quick, you need a squad, you need a group, and it's never going to be the same ones that go again and again and again. And
you said you need a squad. Obviously, five players coming on and 5 players from the opposition makes it's a massive difference in football. Has that also made the game much quicker as well?
Yeah, it has, because you can introduce more players. You're right, so you can almost change half a team, or outfield players anyway. So whenever you want to try and do that and pick the tempo up in a game or something, then of course changes help. Bringing fresh bodies helps to do that. So no doubt about it, that's an element.
Just finally, like you mentioned, the atmosphere and everything. And obviously, we're playing this game in the summer holidays, so it's a big opportunity for youngsters getting on board. And I guess that's what you want to do, reach out to younger fans as well.
Oh, it'd be brilliant if we get the younger supporters there. And I understand it'd be summer holidays and people might be away or whatever, but the ones that are around, if they can come and make it as loud as possible and come and see the players, and that would be incredible. Of course, that next generation of supporter coming through, and then again, it's down to us to try and provide a good performance.